Hi everyone, and welcome to the Basics of Excel for Science. This first video will show you how to input some data and introduce you to using equations. Subsequent videos will focus on how to format graphs. The first thing you need to do is to open up your Excel document. At the moment, we just have a blank spreadsheet. Along the side, you'll see that we have some rows numbered down here. Across the top, we have the letters. These identify our columns. This is important to know because Excel works with cells. Each one of these boxes is referred to as a cell. So if I click here, I've clicked into the cell A1, B3. Okay, so let's put some numbers in so that we have some data to work with. Imagine you just copied those numbers from your lab book and you realize you've made a mistake in one of your numbers. To change it, you simply need to click that cell and you'll see the number show up over here, shown as 27. If you want to change it, you could type it over here. So I'm deleting and I'm typing my new number. Excel can save you a lot of time, especially once you learn how to use it to do calculations. Imagine we wanted to take all of our numbers here and multiply them by 2. We're going to click in this cell here, so the cell B1, and then type equals. This tells Excel we're going to create a formula of some kind. Now I'm going to select A1, and you'll see that the A1 has been highlighted. I could also have typed A1. Remember, we're going to tell it that we're multiplying by 2, so we're going to use an asterisk. This is the symbol that we use for multiplication. And now we're multiplying it by 2. So I've typed the number 2. If I hit enter, you'll see that I've doubled my number. That might seem like a lot of steps, but the ease of Excel is that you can tell it that you want to apply that same formula using an autofill option. We click on the cell so it's still highlighted, and then move the cursor to the lower right-hand corner. Double click. And now you can see all your values have been doubled. Making your own formula is a really useful skill. You can make some quite complicated equations and save a lot of time, so it's worth playing around with. But Excel also has a lot of pre-formatted existing formulas ready for you to use. Click down here where it says Sheet 2. This is like opening up another spreadsheet, but housed within the same file. Here we are looking at the results from an experiment looking at the effect of plant height growth when seeds have been preheated before being planted. We're going to work out what the average change in growth rate was for each temperature. Imagine you're entering the data and you're curious to see what the average is. We can select the data we're interested in by clicking on the cell. In this case, I'm going to click on A3, and while holding down the mouse button, dragging the mouse all the way to the bottom. Now we have a whole column of data selected. If we look down here, we can see some numbers and it's telling us the average. That's useful, but it's more likely that you're going to want to record that average. Click in the cell A14. Remember, by doing this, we're telling Excel we want to use this cell. We're going to move our mouse, taking our cursor, up to this FX button, and we click it. Another dialog window opens up, and this gives us some formula. Here you can see it has some preset options. You can also type a description of what you're looking for by typing up here. For now, we're just going to look at an average. After selecting average, we click OK. A second window opens up, and this is asking us what do we want, the average from A3 to A13. That's all the cells that we're interested in, so we're going to click OK. You can now see down here that our average is showing up. Remember before when we used the autofill option? We're going to use that here. Again, this time we drag it across, and we're telling Excel that we want to work out the average for all of those columns. Now that you know these basics, you can explore graphing in Excel with videos 2 and 3.